Hi Sarah, this is a video of what I'm trying to interpret as the issues that I'm seeing with the BRAT output right now. Basically, I think there's still an issue with the railroad uh, distance and everything. So as you can see, let me just make this a little bit bigger. You can see that the railroad is right here. We're getting this funny distance thing out here that I'm seeing issues with, and what leads me to believe that this is the issue. So this is let me just quick zoom. This is my conflict layer that I'm seeing, and I'm seeing a bunch of red up here where there's not a lot of crazy land use out there. I don't know why it's an issue besides something with the railroads. I'll bring up, this is land use, and you can see that we have a lot of blackout here, or zero, that I coded for the land use. And just from what I've seen, so that's unsuitable or agricultural for the this is the land use code. So it's a little different than the this suitability description, but this is something that you can see. So I have it coded as 1 for land use, and the land use class is very low for these. Yeah, this is better. This is land use code. So I'm getting a 0 for it. And again, I'm not totally sure on what everything means. I'm trying to interpret this to the best that I can. But what I'm seeing is this funky, conflict that's going on out in this area. And when I've looked at, let me get this up here. So when I've looked at the sections by the railroad, we'll just zoom in right to here to this railroad section. Wait for it to load. As I'm seeing that I'm getting a railroad value of 52. Okay, I would assume that's from like a center point or something like that, so it's like 52 meters from a railroad, which would make sense. And as I go further out from the railroad, it increases in distance. Okay, and then when I get closer again, it decreases. Okay, so as I'm looking at that, and in this area, I'm like, okay, it's working. And then if I zoom out again and go to these sections that are way out here in the forest, I'm seeing a railroad value of 0. And I don't know if it's particularly a buffer, because it doesn't totally make sense for these areas right in here, because it's like, okay, this is probably the same distance or shorter distance than these sections are right here, but I have a railroad value of 0. And in these other sections, I'm getting, normal railroad values. And so I don't know if there's an upper bound or what's going on with the code, but I'm going to send you this output, and hopefully you can kind of interpret it and see what's going on with the railroad. I think I still have an issue with it. And this is I ran it on the newest output, the 3.0.6 for the BRAT version. So I'm running it on the newest version, which should have your corrections, and I'll just pull up. This is the code right here for railroads, and I'm not entirely sure what this, I would assume this RR bracketed integer is like the value away from the railroad, and M is something else, and B, I'm not sure what all these variables are, but I think I think there's some issue with the railroads, and that's the best that I can figure. But maybe you can look into it and see there being a different issue or what's going on with it. Sorry for the long video, but hopefully it will describe my concerns enough with it. Just wondering about that. That'd be great. And in these as well, in these descriptions that we were talking about, creating this alias for each one of these would be really nice to again have some type of description, and you have a better understanding of this than I do, but of these like railroad, and maybe like you can describe in here, oh, it's the distance away from it, and 0 is whatever, because I know you were saying that railroad, it was inversely related, but I'm not really seeing that with the data with it being inversely related, because I'm still getting 0 values out here for railroads. So if you could clarify these things for me, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Bye.